Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to BBallBreakdown. Didn't get a chance to get our new shirt? Check it out, it's awesome. But don't worry, we're going to do another run of these very soon and even different styles with other things on them, so stay tuned for that. And now let's talk about the Hawks versus the Cavaliers because, quite frankly, without Kyle Korver being more of a threat on offense, the Hawks are going to have a hard time competing in this series. So we're going to show you what the Cavaliers are doing to take away his shots and what the Hawks are not doing to get him more action. That said, at the end, I'll show you some shots the Cavaliers were making, and it kind of makes you wonder if all this offense, schmoffense, mumbo-jumbo even matters. The game started out with pinch post action, and sometimes Korver gets two screens in a row from Carroll and Teague, or Korver can back screen first. Here was an example where Teague could have screened the screener, but since LeBron was caught on the high side, Korver sets the screen and it gets Teague the shot. With a free-form offense, you run the risk of imbalance and spacing issues. This looks like they're motioned into horns. You can see Millsap wants to set the pin down for Korver, but for some reason, the pass goes back to Carroll. Now Korver is stuck standing in the corner, nobody to screen for him, nowhere to cut. Without his movement, you can really see how the defense can defend much easier, and Carroll has to burp up a long three at the shot clock buzzer. Here's pinch post action with Korver cutting from the wing through to the opposite corner. On this nice action, we get a high post split, forcing Mozgov onto him, and watch how he scissors his feet into position with the hop off the dribble for the jumper. This quick curl to the top was a staple of their offense, but this is not going to be the source of his shots in the series against a well-prepared team going against an elite defender in Shumpert. This does, however, force a switch of Thompson onto him, and because of the side-to-side movement, watch how Thompson will not leave Korver, opening the basket area for Carroll to get the finger roll. Here's another example why he's not getting shots. They break into horns with the entry to his side, so he doesn't get all the good weak side pin down screens. You'd like to see a hammer screen for Korver, which backscreens Shumpert and allows Korver to cut open to the weak side corner and get the pass from Schroeder. However, Millsap just stood there after reversing it, and Korver will need more help to free himself from Shump. The spacing is off. I'm fairly certain Millsap should have cut to the hoop on the pass to Korver. Schroeder wanders in front of Korver as well, and they're left with a tough shot under pressure. Korver is used to getting transition threes, but watch how good JR is at splitting the two offensive players, taking away the pass to either of them until his teammate can recover. He closes out well, no shot. Watch how the weak side struggles to get into something organized. Bazemore keeps getting in the way with nowhere to go. And on the pick and pop, another opportunity for a flare screen to the left corner, but no one sets it for Korver, and Millsap hits the pull-up. Here's a play they ran a few times last night, and having Korver screen first is a great idea to get him open, but it needs to be the right kind of screen. If his screen is set to allow a cutter to go to the hoop, that will force Shumpert to help, and that's when the special stuff happens. Like these clips, for instance. See how Korver back screens at the top so Teague cuts straight to the hoop? Then they screen for Korver at the elbow, and the pass comes from the low post for an easy catch and shoot. Or this horn set from the regular season, where they go away from him to start, he cuts across and sets another back screen for Carroll, which forces his man to switch off. The same play gets him another good catch and shoot from the same spot. And I really like this, something I didn't see at all last night, Korver starting in the low post. He sets the shuffle cut screen, again, Millsap going towards the hoop, completely threatening the defense. Then he gets a double flat screen and again catches the ball from the low post. We're just not seeing these kind of actions as much for Korver, and to continue that first play we started, the screen for Millsap doesn't have Millsap cutting to the hoop as a threat. Hence, Shumpert never has to leave him. Now that the ball is in the low post, they don't try and find an elbow screen where he flies around for the shot. Instead, it's stagnant, and Korver has to create off the dribble, getting the offensive charge on a fine-worthy flop by Shumpert. It's not like they're not running in the cross court through multiple screens. They are, and look how concerned the Cavs are as both defenders smother him. He won't get as many shots in these scenarios because he's great at making the right pass. But Carroll does a bad job setting the second screen. Even still, he gets some daylight. Shumpert is allowed to tackle Horford without a call, but remember, he's catching this ball from out top. It's low and outside, and these are all factors that contribute to the miss. Here's another opportunity they missed to set a back screen for the cut to the corner. Horford decides to spot up for the corner 3, which he's allowed to do in this offense, but at the expense of leaving Korver out on the wing as a spectator. Here's the one time he was able to get a double weak side screen, push off a little bit on Shumpert, and catch Thompson sleeping for the quick hitter 3 from out top. If they really want to get more 3-point shots for Korver, they can't miss good opportunities, like this screen Horford could have set for him to get him a top of the key 3. A big reason for Korver not getting shots is the effort of Iman Shumpert. He has literally been a shadow, so if Korver hopes to increase his shooting opportunities, it's going to have to be with multiple screens and side-to-side sprints in the same possession. If they can get lucky, pushing the ball up might force a cross match, and Korver can find himself on a defender who can't move, like Kyrie Irving, but I wouldn't count on this as a strategy. And the Cavs are also smothering him on the down screens too. Leaving Bazemore wide open isn't optimal, but when J.R. Smith can force these kind of steals, the Cavs will risk it. And all this talk of offense might be overrated when you could just have a player make shots like this, or step back threes with a hand completely in his face like this, or a player who can walk the ball up, stand in place for 8 seconds, dribbling it out on top, never pass the ball once for 4 straight possessions, and still make a spinning fadeaway Dirk leg from 15 feet in the defender's face.